Hello everybody and welcome back. It is the Failed Author with another Battlefield 3 video. We got a rush game on Metro using a gun that I feel maybe I didn't give the light of day pretty unjustly. Maybe I was having some Black Ops PTSD, if you'll say. Maybe you don't. Maybe you disagree. Maybe you think you're an idiot. You should have been using this the whole time. But it's the RPK. The RPK... Is it M in this game? I don't think I started with it, so you can hold the phone, right? You're going to be like, wait a minute, you're talking about the RPK? But I believe I started with the L86, the all support, and it's cool because like I was trying to archive everything, and I did get at least some gameplay with the L86. And a Claymore, apparently. But again, I'm the Failed Author. If you like Battlefield 3, if you like Call of Duty, bowling, random gun videos, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. Give me a comment, a like, a thumbs up. Just let me know if there's anything particular you want to see. I've been thinking about doing tier list every Tuesday. I have 2 recorded, just a matter of time before I get them out there. I was watching them back though, and I might run them one more time. I didn't enjoy a few of them, so kind of debating on what I want to do with them at this point. I also have been interested in putting out some Call of Duty Zombies content. I love Call of Duty Zombies content. I had a friend mention that he wanted to play Black Ops campaign. And I thought, you know, that would be an interesting one. The 2 of us playing the campaign. I don't think I've played the campaign since, oh man, 2010. We're old. It's a new year. It's the same old us, you know. Personality's long-lasting and endearing, okay? I learned that in college in a... psychology class I was taking. It was called the Psychology of Personality. And, you know, I gotta say, that was a pretty difficult class for undergrad. And it was a real pain in the gyms. But we made it. We we gotta march through here because I was not playing good, as you can tell. They're getting the MCOMs, we're defending, and we're not doing particularly a great job. Though I actually really like the L86. I don't know if I have better gameplay. I'm kind of hoping I have one where we cook with that gun, because it actually was really good. I know, is it the M17, M17? Oh, I don't know. This is pretty much the same thing. The assault... I'm sorry. The light machine gun that acts like an assault rifle. This is being a very similar gun. I think this one's British. That's why when you use it, it's like, good day, mate. And you're like, oh, interesting. But... they both reload really fast. Of course, the capacity's lower because you're using a magazine, but I do believe they get extended mags at some point, so it kind of negates that. That fast reload time really does come clutch, too. I really think in the support class, all of those light machine guns having a bipod really turns them into a different beast. And I know a lot of people... in Battlefield 4, they're not the biggest fan of that, and I just don't get it. I think it's so busted. When you can hold down a point with, like, for example, the M249, the SAW, and it's got the extended mags, and you're cooking with 200 rounds, it's pretty crazy. Something you can't replicate with anything else in the game. So, look, I'm kind of, like, switching around, and I'm like, forget it. It's the RPK-M, it's the 74M. Even when... Battlefield 3 was in its prime in 2011, 2012. I don't really remember using this gun. I said the same thing in my previous video about the RPK-74M in the assault class, where I think maybe I did it some disservice and I slept on it, because we finished this map. I don't even think I've had a kill yet. If I did, I maybe 1 or 2 at this point. I finished the game 28-8, which in my opinion, for Battlefield standards, that's very good. And so you can see me, you know, really farting around, not particularly playing great. I like these iron sights, and I said it in the other video with the AK. It's because the sight picture is so good. I feel like I slept on it too much, and I wonder how these would have performed. I just don't really have a lot of memories using like a red dot or a holographic. I remember the AK, especially 47 or 74. In the assault class, just not liking it with a sight, which this one I would remember running the PKSA, the hollow, the you know, what is it, like 3 times or 1.3 times. It's really not a lot, and it actually having some decent ability. We're really suppressing them. They just got the first MCOMs, and we're holding the line down here while they're making their way into the actual metro lines. And it's kind of like, this is like the fun part of the game, or the level for me, is that second MCOM when you're in defense, because you can really stonewall them. Though the floodgates are totally open once somebody breaks past the line. and gets to, you know, the second MCOM areas, because they can start squad spawning, they can set up a beacon, and then potentially you're having a total dysfunction, because usually everyone's trying to be a kill whore and they're pushing up front. But I remember this vividly, like it was yesterday, even though this was in September 2024. I remember holding this line and cooking with this RPK-M, which I had never done up until that point. I really think this is about the first time I used it since I started playing Battlefield 3 for the second time. And I was wondering, what was I thinking not using this more? I really only used this and the M249. All the other weapons in the support, I kind of was like, there's that PKAS hollow. Just was talking about it. We spoke it into existence, everyone. But I mean, look right here. We just got almost a quad feed, you know? Like, I was doing so much killing that I had to give myself some ammo. They're reviving players, and we're killing them faster than they can revive them, which is pretty cool. Seeing someone sneak around here, and I'm thinking to myself, hey, oh, it's begun. They're gonna storm up, and we're gonna have a bad time. But we're doing an okay job now. I can see that they're behind me on the mini map, but I'm too afraid to move from my post just because I know that they know where I am at this point, just because I've killed about 5-ish people right at this spot. I don't think I've gotten everyone, so kind of a risky maneuver here. I don't think it's going to work out for me, just not knowing exactly this gameplay in and out 100%. It's been a while. It's been months since I've even seen this. And again, I think I filmed this about the last night I ever played Battlefield 3 Rippity Rippity, which was really late September. If you don't recall, the servers were actually turned off in November on the 7th, so it's been a while since they've actually been off. I've supplemented my Battlefield itch with Battlefield 4, though I will say it's not the same. So now it's begun. They have definitely planted the MCOMs. It's kind of like, oh crap, we're 12-3, so we're actually doing really good. To think we only died 5 more times, it's pretty good. Again, there's no kill streaks in this game, so you're really having to do it all on your own. Of course, you have a team, but I don't have any comms on. I'm not playing with anyone I know, so, you know, we're just out here running it. They actually really took the bases fast. In retrospect, I should have not held that post for so long and kind of turned around and just went into the tunnel that was right by me, because I know there was like 4 or 5 people. And I do have a light machine gun, but this only having a 46 capacity magazine, there's no way I would have been able to take on 5 people like that, you know. Of course, that's kind of the issues you're going to run into, is if somebody is smart enough to use something like the 870, you know, it doesn't matter if you're shooting on target, they can kill you in one shot like that with a slug. I personally wouldn't have used a slug, especially in something like this. The buckshot is what I would have went to. Now, it auto-populated the hollow, and I think, you know what? I'm not even mad. I think I'm going to run that. So clearly, we're getting a run on right now because they just destroyed that. Who's putting down the mines? Like, if there's some sort of vehicle going to run through, like, madman. Claymores. Let's talk about the Claymores real quick. I think I underutilized the Claymore so much that I'm like mad at myself. I'm like, they're so valuable, and I didn't really in this class. Like, it's just like ammo or nothing for me. And look at this just craziness happening right here. The fact that I got what, 1 kill. It's just mad. They were just trying, and I think we've all been in this in some first-person shooter where you're trying to get to a spot and your teammate is just standing in the way. And look, you got them all killed because he just wouldn't move. And I'm thinking to myself, like, okay, this is good. Like, we can, we're starting to feel pretty confident with this weapon. And I know if you've watched any of my videos, especially the Battlefield 3 ones, you've heard me complain like at least 1,000.2 times, where this game was technically being emulated on the Xbox One because it was an Xbox 360 game. So there was a bullet latency and a lag issue, but sometimes you get into a game where your connection was so good, it didn't particularly feel like it mattered. Like, most of the times it didn't matter too much, which is why I like this game. Where, like, something, for comparison, let's just pick like the Modern Warfare 2 from 2009 for Call of Duty. The latency is so bad. You'll feel like you have the jump on someone and you're shooting him, and you'll just die, and you'll watch the kill cam and your character hasn't even fired. It's such a big difference. It's like a half a second behind, which sounds like nothing, but especially in Call of Duty, that's like such a quick, you know, jittery, always jittery game. It matters. Here, not so much, because of the way that the character's health is structured. A little more realistic approach. I mean, not particularly because it's a video game, but just it's trying a little more. You can see we're absolutely cooking here, and I gotta say, this is something that I wish I would have used all the time, especially on a North Shore Canals TDM. See, there's like the lag right there. Even though I killed someone I don't know, walked up and killed me. We're 20-5. All right. So, you know, like I said, in a North Shore Canals game, especially, and I'm pretty sure this got the extended mag. This with extended mag, that hollow that I'm using right now, I just feel like it would have been a problem for the other team. I would have been a handful, a nightmare, a demon, a toddler with a sugar fix. That's what I would have been for them. But we'll never know now because it is gone. But you can look forward to me putting out Battlefield 3 videos for as long as I can. I have plenty. We're going to get to a point, too, where I'm done with the clips of all the weapons, and I am putting them in a playlist. It is available, so you can see I have all my Battlefield 3 videos on this account in one playlist. I'm actually... there's one where I tried doing it, and I don't know if I'll keep doing it, where I was doing more like slice of life videos, just talking about the human experience in general. I don't know if I'm going to keep those in there, even though there is Battlefield 3 clips. It's just, I don't know, it just seems like the archiving of this game that I wanted doesn't necessarily align with that playlist itself. Like, nobody wants to hear me rant about trade schools in college and that one. If you're looking at Battlefield 3, it's because you're a true mark like me, and you're probably just like, I want to hear about the RPK-74M or Battlefield 3 or whatever the video's about. And that's okay, because I've already made that decision for you. Hooray. Or not. Who cares? You can find either video on the channel. They're all on the channel. So it doesn't matter, ultimately. We gotta love getting killed by a rocket, Just wild. But, again, we're on top of the leaderboards, 22-6. I think somebody does supplant me right at the end, if memory serves me right. But, I mean, look at this. If you saw, like, the class setup, we're talking about RPK-M. I just have the one sight on it in the bipod. We have claymores. We have the ammo bag. We also have the suppression, which, goes hand in hand with this thing. It just is, the suppression on the light machine gun is so valuable, especially in a map like this, where you can funnel enemies to a point. Even if they have numbers, if you're making it so they can't see you, what are they going to do, right? This guy, that Prince Zuko, this character has killed me, 4 times, and I think I've died, at this point, that would have been my 7th kill. So, remember I was talking smack, I wouldn't use the slugs. I mean, maybe he's on to something, because clearly it's not me. But even adding the 44 Magnum, it is just so much power, You're getting a weak with the light machine gun, which, like, for this one, probably doesn't have... You would think it's more powerful than an assault rifle, but it's probably very comparable to the damage output of an assault rifle. And then you're adding a 44 Magnum on top of that. You just... Again, see, that was probably a perfect example of the suppression right there. The person was probably shooting at me. That character probably didn't even see my teammate walking down the hallway to get in a position where they could kill him because my suppression was so high. They're desperately trying to get to this MCOM, even though they have pretty decent numbers right now, but this team was like very determined. and that's okay. I wonder if I put the foregrip on because, I probably kept the bipod. Who knows? Maybe I did throw it on. That probably at this point would be a good measure. This light machine gun's probably more than the other ones, or at least this one, the L86, and I can't even think of the other one. I'm just gonna call it the M17. I know it's not, but I don't know what it is off the top of my head. They probably don't benefit from the bipod as much as something like the PKP or the M249 or the M240B, just because of their more assault rifle nature. So you could probably get away with it, and the foregrip might be good. But I know this game has some built-in walls for the certain attachments. And I can remember something to do with the foregrip, reducing accuracy, downside, or there's some shenanigans with it, so maybe not. And that's why, like, I do like testing the guns just straight up for a while, and then testing them with a specific sight, and then trying the foregrip in a sight, because you'll find that, like, a sight works great, and then you throw on the foregrip, and you're like, I can't hit anything, like, far, I don't know why, and that's kind of the deal here, is it's supposed to do that. This definitely was the last night that I played Battlefield, because I remember the last game I ever played Battlefield 4, I got a good clip with the P90, and I just, there's a part of me that, I was leaving out of the state, I was literally going coast to coast, so I was like, man, I'm going to stay up all night playing, and then I was like, okay, maybe I should not stay up all night playing, but now, of course you're like, I wish I could go back, just one more time, It's like that weird person that loves high school, and they're like, I would give anything to go back. And I'm like, that's a weird comment, because in high school, you don't have the freedoms you do as an adult. I mean, maybe some people did, But, you know, their parents probably saw it. It's like that one kid in, like, elementary school that brags about, like, I get to stay up all late. I get to, you know, eat candy and drink soda all day, and no one ever, you know, tells me what to do. That's like a kid, you know, just reaching out desperately to have some sort of direction in their life because they're jealous of, like, the kids that are like, my mom made me a really nice lunch and make me go to bed early and brush my teeth. And like, oh, I wish I had that. But they'll never say that, but it's what they're talking about. Why'd I take so many psych classes? Anyways, we're getting close to the end here. They have about 18, 17 attackers left. Oh, it keeps going down. So I mean, we really got beat down pretty quick. The first MCOM block was just, they absolutely steamrolled us. The second one we did slightly better, but once that first person broke, you know, they were done. This, on the other hand, now we were cooking, and they're really making this last push, and it's kind of crazy. You can see everybody hiked up right here. There's a lot of equipment's down, and we do a good job of absolutely stonewalling them right at the end to take the W, which is cool. And again, we got a really good clip with this RPK-M. 28-8 is nothing to sneeze about in Battlefield, especially this late in the meta, especially considering I never used it, so I was not proficient with it at all. But I mean, absolutely cooking. Look at me trying to kill whore right at the end. It is what it is, you know. I didn't even see that person. I'm pretty sure that was the person walking, and they're just now crouched. But, you know, see, the LSAT, that could use a bipod, and you could use that very efficiently. If you did not have it, I couldn't quite tell from that camera angle. You can see they were actually smart, because whatever they were doing, they just kept trying to go in the same spot over and over. Then somebody actually broke behind our ranks and was running behind us, which actually kind of made us panic. You could see everyone, you know, like scrambling about. And it didn't work, though, so that's the good news, is we had too many numbers. They only had 3 players left. When you get to 3, like, tickets left in Rush, that thing had better already have been planted, which it wasn't. So we did score the W. You can see, I think I got some medals, some credit here. 28-8. We actually did finish on top of the leaderboard, and we were cooking. But I'm the failed author. I got more videos to post. I'm probably posting about a Battlefield video a week. Maybe 2. I don't know. I won't be able to post them forever if I do 2. But go ahead and follow along if you like what you saw, like what you heard. Thanks again, and bye.